Well, the Louisiana legislative session is entering its fourth week. Lawmakers in Baton Rouge are considering a number of bills that affect farmers and landowners.
Three of the big issues: carbon capture, insurance, and Make America Healthy Again. Louisiana Farm Bureau is keeping an eye on all of those bills.
What happens at the Louisiana State Capitol does not stay at the Louisiana State Capitol. That's why Sabine Parish Farm Bureau President David Maines is interested in what goes on there.
Joe invited me to come down and spend the day with him and be in the Capitol and observe what's going on in the session right now. And so I took him up on it and came down and spent the day with him.
The Joe Maines mentioned is Louisiana Farm Bureau Legislative Specialist Joe Mapes. The two attended this House committee meeting focused on carbon capture and sequestration, and then appeared on the Louisiana Farm Bureau podcast to talk about it. Mapes says there are 25 bills filed this session on the subject.
They're not all of the same subject matter. So some will be in regard to legal matters pertaining to carbon capture and sequestration. Others will be into the permitting and jurisdiction, like House Bill 4 you were talking about a minute ago, Chuck Owen's bill.
That bill would have given local parishes the final say on permitting carbon sequestration wells. It did not make it out of this committee. Maines is still concerned about what carbon sequestration could mean for his land.
And also your groundwater, if you have wells, irrigation wells, you have domestic wells for drinking water, those all can be affected by these issues.
On another subject, Maines says insurance costs make up about 1/4 of his overhead expenses for his hay operation. Both Governor Jeff Landry and Commissioner of Insurance Tim Temple say making insurance affordable is a priority, and judging by the number of bills lawmakers will consider, it's a priority for them as well.
You've got 85 pieces of legislation that have been filed, alleging to reform the insurance crisis in Louisiana. They're having difficulty moving, some of those bills, a lot of difficulty. The governor's got a bill of his own that is, deals more with the insurance companies, I guess, than other related industries, So it deals more with the insurance industry instead of lawyers, instead of doctors, and that's what we've got to do. Is we've got to have a comprehensive bill that affects every profession that's participating in this.
For Maines, this opportunity to participate in the process has been enlightening.
Yeah, it's very eye-opening. I mean, you hear a lot of things in the news. And a lot of times it's skewed. You don't always know for sure, but it's nice to see it firsthand. And understand. Both sides. You hear both sides. I mean, and each side is very passionate about what they're trying to accomplish, but it was very good. I enjoyed it.
The 2025 regular Louisiana legislative session is set to end on June 12th. However, lawmakers can extend the session to consider a late-filed budget bill that's allowed under a recent change to the Constitution approved by voters.